Silent thunder. The U.S. Thunderchild cut through the dark void of space, its sleek hull absorbing rather than reflecting light. Captain Maya Chen stood on the bridge, her gaze fixed on the tactical display showing the approaching alien vessel. Earth's first official contact with extraterrestrial life wouldn't happen for another 6 hours, but her mission had already begun. Railgun capacitors at full charge, Captain. Lieutenant Wu reported from the weapons station. Magnetic acceleration rails nominal. Target acquisition systems engaged but passive. Maya nodded, her expression betraying none of the tension she felt. The Thunderchild represented humanity's greatest military achievement, a warship built around an experimental railgun capable of accelerating projectiles to speeds that defied conventional physics. Its existence was known to fewer than 200 people on Earth. Admiral Takahashi is hailing us, Communications Officer Patel announced. The Admiral's weathered face appeared on the main screen. Captain Chen, status report. In position, Admiral. The Thunderchild is maintaining stealth protocols. The alien vessel has not detected us. Good. Remember your orders. Observe and remain hidden. Earth's official delegation will make contact as planned. Your presence is strictly precautionary. Maya nodded. Understood, sir. When the transmission ended, she turned to her XO, Commander Jackson. Thoughts? The tall commander frowned. They crossed 50 light years to find us, Captain. I doubt it's just to say hello. My thoughts exactly, Maya replied quietly. Let's hope I'm wrong. The alien vessel, nearly 3 kilometers long and shaped like a gleaming silver arrowhead, entered Earth orbit precisely on schedule. Its arrival had been preceded by radio messages establishing peaceful intent and requesting diplomatic contact. The world had spent months preparing, uniting as never before in the face of confirmation that humanity was not alone. From her hidden position, Maya watched as shuttles departed the United Nations space platform carrying Earth's diplomatic team. The alien craft extended what appeared to be a docking arm, and first contact proceeded with surprising smoothness. For 12 hours, Maya and her crew monitored communications between Earth and the visitors who called themselves the Araxian Confederation, representing 27 spacefaring species. They're being awfully generous, Maya muttered as she reviewed the diplomatic transcripts. The Araxians had offered technological wonders, clean energy, advanced medicine, faster than light travel, all in exchange for what they called limited access to Earth's resources. Too generous, agreed Jackson. Nobody crosses interstellar space for charity. 3 days into negotiations, the Thunderchild sensors detected the first anomaly. Small craft were deploying from the Araxian vessel's ventral surface, outside the view of Earth's official monitoring stations. Enhancement, Maya ordered, and the tactical display zoomed in on one of the alien shuttles. It was descending into Earth's atmosphere on a trajectory that would take it over the Pacific Ocean. They're scanning, reported Science Officer Rodriguez, studying her readouts. Deep penetration scans of the oceanic crust, looking for something specific. By the end of the week, Maya had cataloged over 30 covered Araxian sorties, mapping mineral deposits, water reserves, fissionable materials. None of this had been mentioned in the official negotiations. Captain, Lieutenant Wu called out. Intercept on Araxian internal communications. Our quantum decryption matrix just cracked part of their encoding. Maya moved to his station. Let's hear it. The alien language was processed through the translation matrix. Primitive development stage. Resource extraction can begin within 1 local year. Minimal resistance expected. Their kinetic weapons pose no threat to Confederation shields. Maya's expression hardened. They're assessing us for conquest. Should we inform Admiral Takahashi? Jackson asked. Not yet, Maya decided. We need more proof and a better understanding of what we're facing. That opportunity came unexpectedly. One of the Araxian survey ships suffered some kind of malfunction, forcing it down in the remote waters of the South Pacific. The Araxians had not requested assistance, likely hoping to retrieve their craft before humans discovered it. "Change of plans," Maya announced. "We're going to get a closer look at our visitor's technology." The Thunderchild descended silently into Earth's atmosphere, its advanced stealth systems concealing it from both terrestrial and alien detection. They found the downed Araxian craft floating on the ocean surface, its crew working frantically on repairs. "Passive scans only," Maya ordered. "I don't want them to know we're here." For 3 hours, they observed and recorded, gathering invaluable data on Araxian technology. Most significant was confirmation of their defensive systems, energy shields that could deflect plasma, lasers, and other energy weapons. "No wonder they're dismissive of our technology," Rodriguez observed. "They've advanced beyond kinetic weapons entirely. Their civilization builds shields designed to stop energy attacks." Maya smiled grimly. "And that's their weakness. They've forgotten the basic physics of momentum." When the Araxian craft finally lifted off, presumably to rejoin its mothership, Maya ordered the Thunderchild to return to orbit. It was time to report to Admiral Takahashi. In the secure communications room of the United Earth Defense Headquarters, Maya presented her findings to the assembled military leadership. "They're planning an invasion, or at least forced resource extraction," she concluded. "Their technological advantage is significant, but not insurmountable." "How so?" asked General Quaim. "Their ship alone could probably withstand our entire nuclear arsenal." "Because they've evolved past kinetic weapons," Maya explained. "Their shields are optimized to deflect energy attacks, lasers, plasma, particle beams, but they have minimal protection against physical projectiles, especially those moving at relativistic speeds." Admiral Takahashi leaned forward. "The Railgun project." Maya nodded. "The Thunderchild's main weapon can accelerate a 20-kilogram tungsten rod to approximately 6% of light speed. At that velocity, no material shield can withstand the kinetic energy. It's like trying to stop a meteor with an umbrella." "Are you proposing we attack the Araxian vessel?" asked a concerned defense minister. "That would mean war with their entire confederation." "No," Admiral Takahashi interjected. "But we need to demonstrate that we're not as defenseless as they believe." He turned to Maya. "Captain Chen, I'm authorizing Operation Silent Thunder." 3 days later, as negotiations continued, the Araxian commander requested a demonstration of Earth's military capabilities, ostensibly as part of cultural exchange, but clearly to assess the threat level. Earth obliged by showcasing fighter jets, naval vessels, and their most advanced publicly known weapon systems. The Araxian representatives were politely impressed, but privately dismissive, just as Maya had predicted. "Your combustion-based propulsion and chemical explosives show admirable engineering within their limitations," the Araxian military attaché, Commander Vex, commented with barely concealed condescension. Maya, who had been invited to the demonstration as one of Earth's naval commanders, smiled politely. "We work with what we have, Commander. Though I'm curious, your vessels must have defenses against meteoroids and space debris. How do you handle those threats?" The question caught Vex off guard. Minor gravitational deflection fields handle such trivial hazards. For larger objects, we can deploy energy barriers. "Fascinating," Maya replied. "And the energy cost of maintaining such shields against something moving at, say, significant fractions of light speed." Vex's expression changed subtly. "Such natural phenomena are extremely rare." "Of course," Maya agreed. "Just scientific curiosity." That evening, Maya received her final orders from Admiral Takahashi. The next day, Operation Silent Thunder would commence. If she was right about Araxian defenses, Earth might gain a fighting chance. If she was wrong, she didn't complete the thought. Too much was at stake. As dawn broke over the Pacific, the Thunderchild took up position 200 kilometers from where the Araxian vessel hovered in low Earth orbit. The demonstration was set to begin, a carefully choreographed display of human determination. "Target acquired," Lieutenant Wu reported. Unoccupied satellite at coordinates matching Admiral Takahashi's specifications. The satellite, an old weather platform that had been secretly reinforced, floated exactly where the Araxians would have the best view. Railgun charged to 20% capacity. Wu continued. Tracking solution locked. Maya took a deep breath. This would be humanity's warning shot across the bow of a vastly superior force. Fire. The Thunderchild shuddered slightly as electromagnetic forces accelerated a special tungsten projectile down the length of the ship. There was no visible beam, no dramatic light show, just pure kinetic energy hurled with unprecedented precision. 3 seconds later, the satellite exploded in a spectacular display of fragmentation, directly in the Araxian vessel's line of sight. Direct hit, Wu confirmed. 20% power achieved desired effect. Maya nodded grimly. Now we wait. It didn't take long. Within minutes, frantic communications erupted between the Araxian ship and their delegation on Earth. The universal translator struggled with their rapid exchanges, but one phrase came through clearly. Kinetic accelerator weapon. They had noticed, and from their tone, they were concerned. Phase 1 of Operation Silent Thunder was complete. Humanity had fired a warning shot that the Araxians couldn't ignore. The question now was how they would respond, and whether Earth's gamble would lead to peaceful recognition or open conflict. The Kainitasi Ansuer, the diplomatic reception hall of the United Nations headquarters, had never felt so tense. 3 days after the Railgun demonstration, the Araxian High Commander himself had arrived from their vessel to address Earth's leadership. Captain Maya Chen stood at attention beside Admiral Takahashi, watching as the tall, silver-skinned alien took the central podium. People of Earth, High Commander Zirl began, his translator device conveying his words in a flat, emotionless tone. The Araxian Confederation has observed your recent weapons test with great interest. Such technology is unexpected in a pre-spacefaring civilization. Maya noticed how carefully he avoided mentioning the Railguns specifically. They didn't want to admit their vulnerability. The Confederation wishes to accelerate our original timeline for Earth's integration, Zirl continued. We propose immediate technology transfers and resource-sharing agreements, with Araxian advisory teams stationed at all major Earth military and industrial facilities. Admiral Takahashi stepped forward. That sounds more like occupation than cooperation, High Commander. Zirl's large, pupilless eyes narrowed slightly. A mutual security arrangement only. Your demonstration indicates Earth requires more guidance than we initially assessed. You mean supervision, the Admiral replied. Earth appreciates the Confederation's offers of technology, but we will maintain our sovereignty. The High Commander's expression remained unreadable, but his voice took on a harder edge. Perhaps I have not made our position clear. The Confederation has designated Earth a Category 4 development zone. Your cooperation is preferred but not required for the process to proceed. The threat hung in the air, unmistakable despite its diplomatic packaging. We will require 24 hours to consider your proposal, Admiral Takahashi responded evenly. As they left the chamber, Maya fell into step beside the Admiral. They're moving up their timetable, she said quietly. Our demonstration scared them. Good, Takahashi replied. Fear is the beginning of respect. The Security Council is meeting in 1 hour. Operation Kinetic Answer is now authorized. Maya nodded grimly. The Thunderchild stands ready, sir. Not just the Thunderchild, Captain. The Admiral's expression was solemn but determined. It's time you knew the full scope of the project. In a secure underground facility beneath the UN complex, Maya stared in amazement at the global holographic display. Dozens of points illuminated across Earth's surface, beneath its oceans, and even on the far side of the moon. The Thunderchild was never meant to stand alone. Admiral Takahashi explained. It was the prototype, the proof of concept. For the past decade, while the world argued about climate change and regional conflicts, a coalition of nations secretly built this. The Earth Defense Grid, General Quaim added. 97 railgun emplacements, each capable of launching projectiles at up to 12% of light speed. Maya's mind raced as she calculated the implications. With this kind of firepower, we can defend our planet. Admiral Takahashi finished, or at least make any invasion so costly that the Araxians will prefer negotiation. Over the next 24 hours, as Earth's political leaders crafted their official response to the Araxian ultimatum, Maya and the Thunderchild took up position in high Earth orbit. They were no longer hiding. Their mission now was to serve as the visible tip of humanity's defensive spear. Araxian vessel is moving, Lieutenant Wu reported. They're taking up position above the North Atlantic. Tactical analysis, Maya asked. Position would give them optimal coverage of major population centers in North America and Europe, Commander Jackson replied. They're preparing for a show of force. Maya studied the tactical display. The Araxian ship dwarfed the Thunderchild, but size wasn't everything. Bring railgun capacitors to full charge. Calculate firing solution, but do not target lock. The bridge crew worked with practiced efficiency, the product of thousands of hours of training for a scenario they had hoped would never come. Captain, Communications Officer Patel called out. Priority message from Admiral Takahashi. The Admiral's face appeared on the main screen. Captain Chen, the Security Council has delivered Earth's response to the Araxians. We have declined their generous offer of occupation. Maya nodded. Understood, sir. The Thunderchild is in position. The Araxians have issued an ultimatum of their own. They're demanding our surrender within 1 hour, or they will demonstrate their technological superiority in a way that will convince us of the futility of resistance. They're bluffing, Maya said. If they could simply overwhelm us, they wouldn't have reacted so strongly to our railgun test. The Council agrees, Admiral Takahashi replied, which is why we're implementing kinetic answer immediately. Your orders are to engage only if the Araxian vessel initiates hostile action. Otherwise, maintain position and stand by. Understood, Admiral. Thunderchild standing by. As the deadline approached, Maya addressed her crew. Whatever happens in the next hour will be remembered in human history for generations to come. We represent the best of humanity. Our ingenuity, our determination, and our unwillingness to surrender in the face of superior force. I'm proud to serve with each of you. The bridge was silent. Each crew member focused on their station as the minutes ticked down. Incoming transmission from the Araxian vessel, Patil announced. Broadcasting on all frequencies. High Commander Zerl's face appeared on the screen. People of Earth, your leadership has unwisely rejected the Confederation's generous terms. Before we implement direct control measures, we will provide a demonstration of technology beyond your comprehension. The transmission ended abruptly. Energy buildup detected in the Araxian vessel, Rodriguez reported from the science station. Some kind of directed energy weapon charging. Maya made her decision. Target their primary energy emitter. Full capacitor discharge authorized. Target locked. Wu confirmed. Railgun at 100% charge. Fire. For the second time, the Thunderchild shuddered as its main weapon discharged. A 20-kilogram tungsten rod, machined to aerodynamic perfection, accelerated to nearly 12% of light speed in less than a second. The projectile crossed the distance to the Araxian vessel in milliseconds. The impact was spectacular. The Araxian shields flared brilliant blue, straining against the enormous kinetic energy. For a moment, it seemed they might hold, then they collapsed catastrophically as the projectile punched through, tearing into the section housing their main weapon. Direct hit, Wu reported. Their energy weapon is offline. But the Araxian vessel, though wounded, was far from defeated. It began to turn, bringing secondary weapons to bear. Multiple energy signatures, Rodriguez warned. They're powering up weapons across the hull. Before Maya could order a second shot, dozens of new signatures appeared on her tactical display. Projectiles launching from Earth's surface, from underwater platforms, from lunar installations. The Earth defense grid had activated. For 30 seconds, the space around Earth's orbit became a killing field of hypersonic projectiles. The Araxian vessel's shields flickered and failed under the onslaught. Precision strikes disabled weapons, propulsion and communication arrays without destroying the vessel entirely, a deliberate show of restraint and control. When it was over, the mighty alien ship drifted powerless, extensive damage visible across its hull. "Incoming transmission," Patil announced, from the Araxian vessel. High Commander Ziral's face appeared on screen, his perfect composure shattered. Behind him, emergency lighting pulsed and damage control teams worked frantically. This is unprecedented," he said, genuine shock evident in his voice. "No pre-FTL civilization has ever developed such weapons." "Perhaps," Maya replied, "the Confederation should reconsider its assessment of Earth." 6 hours later, in the same UN reception hall where the confrontation had begun, a very different meeting took place. High Commander Ziral, now visibly humbled, faced Admiral Takahashi across the negotiation table. "The Araxian Confederation offers its deepest apologies for the misunderstanding that has occurred," Ziral began. "We wish to establish peaceful relations with Earth on terms of mutual respect." Admiral Takahashi nodded. "Earth is pleased to accept the Confederation's apology. We look forward to genuine cooperation between our peoples." The terms negotiated over the following days established Earth as an independent power with rights to all its resources. The Araxians would provide technological assistance, but on Earth's terms. Most importantly, the Confederation formally recognized Earth's defensive capabilities and sovereignty. 1 week after the confrontation, Maya stood on the Thunderchild's observation deck with Admiral Takahashi, watching as the repaired Araxian vessel prepared to depart. "They'll be back," Maya said quietly, "with more ships, better prepared." "Perhaps," the Admiral acknowledged, "but not as conquerors. They know now that Earth isn't defenseless, and that humans have a habit of developing technologies in ways other species don't expect." "A railgun isn't that sophisticated," Maya mused. "It's just electromagnets accelerating metal. Why did they abandon such a basic concept?" "Because they found something they thought was better," Takahashi replied. "That's the lesson here, Captain. Never discard a technology just because something newer comes along. Each has its place, its purpose." As the Araxian ship disappeared into faster-than-light transit, Maya reflected on humanity's narrow escape and the challenges that lay ahead. Earth would join the galactic community not as a subjugated world, but as a respected newcomer with unique capabilities. And if the Araxians or any other species thought to test Earth's resolve again, they would find humanity's kinetic answer waiting for them among the stars.